All right, so since we did a half-day job, the hole, this is what came out of it. The hole is right there. You can't really tell. You can see the hole next to the pump, so which is not good at all. So I'm gonna get a sledge and my crowbar and then smack down the pieces back down, and then probably weld on this side possibly. If not, I'll cut those off, and then that way I can get my piece of metal flat and flush. And I'm gonna kind of make it a little longer than needed, so that way it'll be reinforced, because they don't have an inside liner, so I've got to be careful. All right, so now I want to talk good about the Harbor Freight titanium plasma cutter. I bought this just because the tooth holder on the mulching head, one of the knives got stuck on there and I could not break it loose, so we had to cut it with a torch. And I couldn't figure it out. Well, of course, you got to read the manual and stuff like that. So I don't have a shop, so this is my shop right here. So I've got a generator, and then I've got my air compressor, which last time I tried to use a 100-foot air hose, and I think that's a 50. So big difference in the air pressure, I guess. So I did, I used this, and I used my Boom and Dog handle piece. So not bad for not having glasses, and just literally just kind of not even looking, just kind of going through there and cutting a piece out. So I cut out a piece of cardboard right here for the mulching head that fit perfect. So I got this cut. I'm guessing a few pieces needs to be, hit off of it. Let's see. Hopefully I can get the welder to work. It should work fine, but the problem is where the location's at on the mulching head itself. It is still a little bit warm, so I'm gonna grind that down, and then probably use this or one of those and cut the chunks that are hanging down, so that way it's not, it's flat. So we're gonna try to keep going. If not, then I'll have to load up and take it to my grandfather's. He's got all the fancy stuff and the cutting torches and stuff like that, whatever we need. I just don't have a shop yet, but yeah, I just want to brag about this because I was pretty happy about it. So I stuck it on about 16, and it cut through that like it was nothing. If it was on 15, it did cut it, but if you went, real too fast, then it'd skip. But pretty happy about that. And also the metal, I found in a metal dumpster and come out handy. So happy that, I thought I was never going to use this, or if I did, it'd be later on, but super happy about this. And then I've used this, so I think it should be fine, because it's not too thick, but it's not too weak of metal and the welder. So now let's see how so that's still a little warm. Just had to get done cutting it. Still pretty hot. So hopefully this ain't too big. See right down in there. I was going to do it on the inside, so that way it would help, but all that was packed in there right on the motor. So obviously we know that that's from the mulch. So I think the problem is going to be getting there to weld it. So see that little hangnail right there is causing it to come down, so I may have to cut it out then may have to cut some of this off, or just tack it like that. So just cover the holes up and then get it welded up. Well, sadly, I had to load it up. I called a few buddies to help me out. One of them wasn't able to, and then the other one said he could. So it's pretty thick, so it's not wanting to, I mean, this is how thick the mulcher is itself. That's how thick it is. And it's not wanting to cut that plate or cut into it. So I had to load it up, and we got everything ready to go back. So this is here's that plate. So I mean, it's not too thick, it's not too thin. And then there's the hole we cut out. We cut out the best way we could. We probably could have cut out a lot more to make it more straight and level. But we don't have the shop or everything that we need to do that, because the plasma cutter kept cutting out. Not really sure why. So we're fixing to head my buddies, and we're going to try to have, I'm going to clean this up too and have him weld that back in to the bottom side. I think it's right here somewhere, right underneath, but may not, just because of the fact of it's just completely just gone. But it's probably about a 15-minute ride, so we're gonna go ahead and go, because I'd like to get this done and then test it out too. Might, but if he burns it in, he's got a miller, so I ain't got to worry about it. The 110 didn't really like it at all. So we're gonna load up and head on out to get it done right. All right, so got my thing welded up. So we welded it pretty good. Added some pieces in there to kind of stiffen up that corner there. And then front, we put the front plate on the front. So we should be pretty good for right now for a little bit. Of course, we're not have to have it balanced or nothing like that because there's nothing with the drum. But I've been having a lot of problems with the steering on the 450, as in death wobble, because these things are so freaking heavy. I put a steering stabilizer on it, and it's still, when you're driving, it kind of goes left to right. So I got a new steering shock, brand new. So I thought that was it, and it's probably going to be something steering, which everything's tight. So I'm putting, which these are split, so I'm fixing it. As you can see, they've looked like they've moved, so I'm fixing to get these replaced. I could be wrong, maybe just where it's supposed to, so that way you can put it on there. And I've greased everything up front. Everything's tight, but it's in the left side, so hopefully it ain't something serious. But we're gonna get it handled. So tomorrow I've got a job in Tennessee, so I'm gonna hook to the 250. So I gotta go get some fuel, get the machine fueled up, and then I'm gonna get everything taken off and prepped and greased.